You have been good friends, and we walked this journey together for a while now. And thank you so much for showing up this morning in this discussion that we're having, which basically touches on our long battle that we've had in terms of a journey, the discussion between us and the government and the international community when it comes to the agri sector. This morning, therefore, we have called you here to basically brief you as a part of a continuation of what we've had as we engage on the subject plant protection products and the petition, therefore, that we have put in to Parliament as farmers and the associations in requesting that Parliament basically reconsiders the petition that is with them. We will give you two documents, a press release for this, and also a copy of the petition that we submitted to Parliament on 3rd, which is basically last week. Just to bring this together is that we are here to announce and basically make it clear that plant protection products are essential to our agricultural food systems, particularly on food security and nutrition. We are all aware that the world population, particularly in Africa, is rising by day, and yet the arable land available for food production is becoming smaller by day. And therefore, the need for innovation, the need for science, and the need for consultation, and the need of ensuring that whatever we do, the processes must be very well guided by science and by the right policies. I know that those who are outside the agricultural space may not understand the crisis that looms in case the current proposal in Parliament of banning the 262 molecules takes effect. And for this reason, therefore, I would want to make it clear that we are currently facing a challenge of invasion of different pests that are alien to this country and that are detrimental to the agricultural sector. And an example is false codling moth that is really ravaging our roses and our chilies that have also slowed down those processes. Secondly, we have Tuta absoluta that has really caused trouble when it comes to our tomatoes. We have false armyworm, and we continue having locust invasion that in the recent past. Really, if we did not have plant protection products, I really don't know how we were going to have this. And of course, the issues of climate change that demand that we do certain things in a totally different way. And therefore, this morning, we are here to let you know that we would like to appeal to Parliament to reconsider this process and throw it back to the stakeholders. Our view and our request is that the agriculture experts be given an opportunity, together with competent authorities in this country, to review the entire processes, all the molecules that are in there, and follow the law when it comes to the withdrawal of the said molecules, so that we do not go into demonizing plant protection products, but be able to follow the due process. It's also important to know that plant protection products go through such a long process before they are brought into the table and to use. Some of them up to between 15 to 20 years, even before one molecule is released in the field. So demonizing the plant protection products will not be the best. The best way is to go through the due process of ensuring that the process of admission and withdrawal stipulated by law, particularly through PCPB, is followed. We are also aware that the recommendation from the committee has then gone back to PCPB. PCPB has been asked to provide certain more detail on each product that is supposed to be withdrawn. And we are saying, there's one thing to say, give us recommendation, But the other thing to also say government needs to invest sufficient resources so that research is given its way and its space as we give scientists their room, as we give experts and policymakers their space to be able to make a decision. And we also need to decide where these issues lie. Whereas they're with the Health Committee at the moment, we squarely believe that plant protection products are squarely on the Ministry of Agriculture and not on the Ministry of Health. But the Ministry of Health requires to basically collaborate with our mother ministry in ensuring these things are properly covered. And therefore this morning, friends, farmers from different parts of the country, Cereal Growers Association, Fresh Produce Consortium of Kenya, and the Potato Council of Kenya would like to present to you this petition that we have given to Parliament, that would like Parliament to consider everything that is in it before they proceed, and therefore halt any further movement of that process until sufficient consultation have been done at all levels of government and with the business community. And secondly, that we will be able then to also give you this press release that stipulates everything that I've just spoken in written so that you are then able to capture it. But in overall, I want to say this, that certain of those molecules that are being disputed, that are being asked, Parliament is being asked to withdraw from Kenya are molecules that are helping us to progress forward with our agricultural produce. And the effect that for us is that if we withdraw all these molecules, our agriculture is going to go down, and there's a likelihood we are going to lose more than 80% of our production due to the withdrawal of these products. And therefore, that means that we are going to lose at least 20% of our GDP with immediate effect. And of course, that is going to make us a net importer as a country of food that we eat, and it's going to really cause deficiency and malnutrition. And we already know that more than 2 million Kenyans are already facing starvation. So you can imagine how this is going to be complicated. And on the tail end, even as I invite my colleagues to add in a voice, I want to say this. Our ask from government is simple. We have sufficient leadership in terms of experts within the agriculture sector. I want to emphasize that we have enough experts within the agriculture sector, and that science and innovation must be given their space when it comes to this matter. Just like you have Panadol that people take as a painkiller and has prescription, where you are encouraged to take certain prescription per day, we are saying do not demonize plant protection product, but let's work on responsible use of the said plant protection products and let government be able to deploy, particularly through county governments, the service providers, who are basically the technical people in terms of the extension services, to our growers, instead of just demonizing and say we withdraw. Let's teach our people. Let's educate our farmers. Let's work with our farmers together. And let's ensure that Kenya becomes food secure. Because currently we're still not food secure as a country. We're still doing a lot of imports of tomato. We have imports of potatoes. We have imports of pears. We have imports of maize. We have imports of rice. And we are still using plant protection products. So you can imagine what will happen if we withdraw all these plant protection products. It makes Kenya to be a net importer, and that is going to make life very difficult. So allow me then invite our friend, the manager in charge of policy at Cereal Growers Association, to add in a few points. Thereafter, we will have Sami from National Potato Council to require us to send pest-free products to their country. So we are working around the clock, particularly with those who are growing and who are exporting plant protection plants into EU to ensure that we eliminate, by all means, false calling moth. It's a quarantine pest. It's already classified. There's no discussion about it. It's how we manage And that's where the importance of our plant protection products come in, because there are certain things we cannot be able to manage without the plant protection products. And we were available to give you more detailed explanation, including farm visits, on what systems have been put in place by the private sector and by the national agencies to ensure that we do not find any falconry moth taken to the marketplace. So we still have a few notifications coming through, but the situation is still under control. Every day we're trying to innovate different products and different growing systems that allow us an opportunity to sell FCM-free products into our markets.